Welcome to our lecture online. In this video and the videos to come after this, we're going to talk about the thermodynamic potentials. And the question, of course, is what are the thermodynamic potentials? Well, there are 4 of them, and they are as follows: the internal energy, the enthalpy, the Helmholtz free energy, and the Gibbs free energy. And here, if you look them up, are the equations that will define the 4 thermodynamic potentials. Notice that the internal energy can be defined in terms of, if it's a gas, c sub v times T, and in terms of a solid or liquid, U equals mc times T. Notice there's a set of equations on the left side here where we have it in terms of the change in, and those are much more practical most of the time than these equations right here, although we need both sets. The enthalpy is defined as the internal energy plus P times V, P being the pressure, V being the volume. F, which stands for the Helmholtz free energy, is equal to the internal energy minus T times S. S is the entropy and T is temperature. And finally, the Gibbs free energy is defined as the sum of U, the internal energy, plus P times V, the pressure times the volume, minus T times S, which is the temperature, times entropy. And I know you see this and go, I've seen these equations before and I have no idea what they mean. And that is the typical reaction when you see those. Believe me, when I was a student and I first saw those, when I took thermodynamics, I looked at those and go, what in the world are these things? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea how I am going to use these equations. Well, don't panic. We're going to go through these very systematically and explain what each one of these mean with, of course, the necessary examples to make everything a little bit more clear as well. You have to keep in mind what these things mean. N stands for the number of moles, M is the mass, C is the specific heat, C sub V is the specific heat at constant volume. Now, even though the volume doesn't remain constant, we still use this constant here to indicate the value for U, which is internal energy, if it's a gas. T stands for temperature, P for pressure, Q for heat, and W for work. We're also going to talk a little bit about entropy because, as you can see, the value for S appears in at least 2 of the equations, so we need to know what that is. And entropy is defined as Q divided by T. And then finally, we also need to know the first law of thermodynamics, which is defined in 2 different ways. It's either defined as delta U equals Q minus W, or delta U is equal to Q plus W. And that depends how it's defined. Again, we're going to talk about that in more detail. But again, remember that delta U can be defined in different ways depending upon which way it's defined. And then, of course, that's going to have an effect on how we define some of these other variables called the thermodynamic potentials. Also, when we deal with these concepts in chemistry, we typically leave the temperature at 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin and the pressure of 1 atmosphere, which is 101,325 pascals. Now, that's not always the case, but keep in mind that during chemistry and when we have what we call chemical processes where heat is either absorbed or expelled, we typically do those under conditions as we call the typical conditions of 298 Kelvin and 1 atmosphere of pressure. So at this point, we still don't know what that means. We still don't understand why there's a different definition of the first law of thermodynamics and how to calculate any of these things and make sense out of them. But at least this is in totality what we're going to talk about in this section, in this series of videos, and we're going to take it very systematically to make sure that everything is crystal clear, and that's what we're after. What do those things mean? What do we do with them? What do they represent? And how does it affect things when we're dealing with chemical reactions, when we deal with physics terms, when we deal with energy being exchanged between gases, when gases do work and so forth? That's what this is all about. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll make good sense out of it all when we're all done. And that's how it's done.